Today, the Senate will vote to advance one of the most unqualified, erratic nominees for a major position we have ever seen in America. No position in the cabinet carries the weight, the responsibility of Secretary of Defense. The Secretary of Defense is in charge of keeping us safe and keeping the men and women in our armed forces and the civilians safe. So you need someone who's a steady hand. You need someone who's had experience in this kind of stuff. You need someone, when he shows up to a meeting, you're sure that he knows all the facts and is going to be able to conduct himself properly. If there's any cabinet that should be universally trusted and uncontroversial, it's the Secretary of Defense. Unfortunately, Mr. Hegseth is neither. He's neither trusted nor free of controversy, and I will strongly vote no. I want my colleagues to think about how absurd it is that this nominee has even made it to the floor. It's a shame that that has happened. We are being tasked to trust our armed forces to a man with a history of erratic behavior. One of the kindest words that might be used to describe Mr. Hegseth is erratic. And that's a quality you don't want as head of DOD. He has a history of excessive drinking, of alleged domestic abuse, and zero experience leading a large organization of any kind. The new allegations that came out yesterday are even more troubling. And people say, well, how do we know they're true? Well, first, the person who did it has no strike against her. But second, it just corroborates in an even worse way of what we've known about Hegseth in the past. He has a clear problem of judgment, as you've seen by his statements. It's like saying your heart surgeon has twitchy hands, but I'll let him do surgery on me. No one would do that. How on earth can America entrust our safety and security to a man who has allegedly shown up to work and other events inebriated? What if he shows up inebriated during a crisis? What's going to happen? This is dangerous. If confirmed, he'd be in charge of a workforce of over 3 million people, a budget of $850 billion. Where in his history that shows he's capable of doing that? And what if his erratic behavior spills over to his job at the Pentagon, a high-pressure job, and when people are having this behavior, usually high-pressure jobs make them more, not less erratic? What mystifies me so much about Mr. Hegseth's nomination is that there are so many other conservative defense leaders that President Trump could have nominated. People I wouldn't agree with maybe ideologically and on some of the issues that affect Secretary of Defense, but people who'd be capable of running the department. I know there are plenty of Republican senators who would instantly make a better option than Mr. Hegseth. Is Pete Hegseth really the best the Republicans have to offer? How low has this party come in making him the nominee? I don't believe he's the best. I don't believe he's close to the best. I will be voting with complete conviction, no. Given his history, confirming Mr. Hegseth is simply put a risky roll of the dice that Americans cannot afford, especially in such an important position.